It's bad, it's bad. I like to sleep in the morning.
I know.
And when I wake up, the first thing is to drink cocoa, so I have cocoa. You guys are drinking tea,
wow.
people. But I'm here, I'm happy, drinking cocoa, because it's a very, very long day, isn't it?
It is a
and
very long day.
I want to look sleepy, but also be strong. So
that's sleepy, but be strong. Yeah. I thought you had coffee actually in your cup.
No, I don't take coffee in the morning. I take coffee in the evening, and I take cocoa in the morning. I know it's reverse. I don't understand, but yeah. My whole life has been cocoa. I drink cocoa morning, afternoon, evening. When you're proposing the things that should be done with the cathedral, you forgot to propose that we should turn it into a swimming pool. Look, I love swimming. Michael Phelps will be happy to compete with me in that place. It will be a nice thing because the dive will be good.
Swimming pool?
Yeah.
Like a
national
swimming pool.
We organized here the swimming competition, didn't we? As a company?
Yes.
And we had to go and use the
but that would be the most expensive swimming pool ever.
Yeah.
But you know, 97 million for a swimming pool.
No, legacy pool. Forever. People will travel.
So, but how do we make the money back?
We would package it and sell it as a tourist site. People would come from wherever
to come and watch us swim.
Yeah, they will hear swimming pool costs 97. They'll come and see what kind of swimming pool it is, and we'll put all manner of things inside.
But in this current state, can't you swim in there?
There are iron rods sticking out. If you dive inside there, the iron rod will hook a very important part of you, and I'm not sure.
Sandra, it must be really shocking for you, considering that a lot of people thought the report had exonerated certain people mentioned.
You see, you've referenced the thing I asked President Mahama at the time when he was a candidate, and I asked whether he would convert it, he would cover it, or he would. There were 3 C's that I gave him. So it's clear they are not going to cover it. Complete. So I said, would you complete it, cover it, or convert it? From all indications, they are not going to complete it. They are not going to cover it, but they are going to convert it. It's a conversion that is a problem now. And I'm happy you raised the point. 7 months into the administration, they should have had. They should have been thinking, what will we do with this big hole? We are either going to let the Christian people or the church people finish it up on their own so that we can wash our hands off it, or we would take over and turn it into something else. People are proposing turn it into a children's hospital. People are making all manner of proposals.
Because you don't even have any.
I mean, we have a children's hospital, but not as big as...
The one at Osu is in a terrible state.
So we could turn it into so many people are saying, make it an Agenda 1 project, make it... People are saying everything.
There was even... and none of them have been completed.
Yes, sadly. And the Minister for Health has said that they will complete those that have reached a certain level. There are people who are proposing, and this was a proposal given to the 24-hour secretariat that we should convert into a National Cultural Center. But people are saying, well, that's the same thing. I've been to Côte d'Ivoire. I traveled 2.5 hours from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro. They have a huge cathedral there called the Basilica.
It's beautiful.
Yes, but it's a white elephant.
Yeah.
And I don't want us to have something like that here, so that we sink so much money into it. How are we going to recoup the money? The people who started Christianity and all the religions, they have all these huge monuments that people go to. People go to Jerusalem because there's something there to go and see. The Muslims revere Jerusalem because of the Baitul Muqaddis, which is the Alaska Mosque. The Christians or the Jews also go there. Everybody believes that they have to go there. We cannot build that here. We're doing a Bible museum. The Bible didn't start from Ghana, right? So why are we building a Bible museum? Why would someone come from Jordan to come and know about the Bible in Ghana?
Absolutely.
So when President Akufo-Addo at the time said it was a personal promise between him and his God, I was like, okay, you can do your stuff if you want to. And for the records, the Kenyan president is also doing something similar now. But I'm saying that let's not put state money in there. And the government said at the time that we are not going to put state money in the building of this project. And we're all happy. But turns out, government is giving land, and that land is very prime. And I remember seeing a report that we did where they were uprooting those 80-year-old neem trees and taking them to the parks and gardens. And we were told that they're going to be brought back after everything. I don't know what's happened to those trees. All the judges who were living there, we had to move them out and put them in hotels. The cost of putting them in hotels. So,
are they still in hotels, by the way?
Well, I don't know if they found them accommodation yet. Perhaps that could explain why they the audit report has given us such a huge figure. If at ground level or at foundation level, this is how much we have spent, I wonder how much we would spend if we get to lentil level. and it is really, really scary to see what we are seeing, and the figures are really, really startling. So the president and the government should immediately tell us what they want to do. And it's true that they want to suspend operations and abrogate contracts so that, you see, there's something in contract where if you sign it, it has a life of its own. And so until it is ended, it will keep accruing. And so for the people who have a contract to build, so far as you have not ended or parted ways with them, it continues to be in life. So they can always come and say, pay us the amount that you should have paid us. So it's good that they are going to abrogate. The dissolution of the board, I saw their statement. They said that despite everything they have done, despite all the challenges, the thing is on course. The last statement they issued, they said the project was at 8% complete. If after all these years we've just gotten to 8%,
100 million gets you 8% complete. You know, and you see, we throw these huge monies around as though it's because if you follow football, and you get a sense of what even $1 million is, right? It is shocking that after 97 million spent, all that still exists is a whole. But Sana, there are also people who have said that, see, prosecutions need to start. Enough of the talk around it. Enough of the creating the buzz around it. The auditor, the attorney general, I beg your pardon, should now zero in on all of the misappropriations we've seen. I mentioned the Momo reversals, 39 million cedis in reversals. Like, how is it even possible? Especially when the auditing firm went to these telcos and they couldn't provide any evidence to the fact. I don't even want to talk about the secretary to the board's residential, monies being paid for. So it's shocking. But we'll come back to the National Cathedral conversation. I've been told that Charles Owusu-Kumi is on the ground at the NPP National Delegates Conference happening at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. I want to take brief thoughts on what it looks like out there. Good morning, Charles, and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Good morning, Jude. How are you? I'm fine.
Yes, I'm doing great, so I can see you're in high spirits. What's the mood like there, and have you seen any of the officials arriving yet?
Well, Jude, the mood here is excitement. The NPP, the biggest opposition party in the country, today convening for their National Delegates Conference. The University of Ghana Stadium here is clad in party colors, red, white, and blue of the New Patriotic Party. It's quite evident just about a kilometer away from the stadium when you're coming in. It's obvious that the NPP has something ongoing here today. We're scheduled to begin the program itself at about 10 a.m., but I can tell you the party prides itself with a membership of about 4 million. Hundreds and thousands of party supporters have already begun coming into this place. Now, I'll show you briefly the security arrangement here, which is very, very high. So at the main entrance of the stadium, you have security personnel stationed, members of the Ghana Police Service stationed here. Without accreditation, you are not even allowed to clear the first security hurdle. So you can see here's my tag. This is for the media. There are other tags for other groups and other interest groups who will be coming in here. Vehicles are properly checked by the police before they are allowed entry. And then when you clear this first hurdle, there are other security checkpoints for you to clear even before you get into the stadium itself. Now, Jude, we know that following the election defeat of 2024, the New Patriotic Party set up the Professor Michael Quaid Committee to make inquiries into the reasons for that defeat. And the Professor Michael Quaid Committee recommended that some constitutional amendments needed to be made to the NPP constitution, and then the party then charged Frank Davis and other persons within the NPP to churn out some of these amendments that need to be made. We know that several recommendations have been made, and the party has since consolidated these amendments into about 50 motions for this particular delegates conference to either affirm or reject. And some of these motions include the decision to scrap the super delegates conference. We know that for the presidential primaries, the NPP in the past, they have organized a super delegates congress before the main congress to whittle down the number to 5 when there are more than 5 aspirants vying for the presidential candidate position. That super delegates conference is now under consideration at this very conference, and the hope is that the party is that will be scrapped going forward. There are also conversations about limited expansions of the executives from the polling station level all the way to the national level. At polling stations, now the executives at polling stations at about 5. And the proposal is to increase it is at electoral areas it's about 5. The proposal is to increase it to 7.
Yeah.
The constituency executives also will see some decoupling of the director of research and director of elections all the way to the national level. We know Evans Nimako is currently the director of elections and research for the NPP. When that position is decoupled, research will be taken away from that. There are also proposals to create an office for persons with disabilities at all levels of the NPP, and all these persons will be allowed to vote in the presidential primaries. There are also proposals to allow former appointees, these are MMDCs, ministers, MPs, deputy ministers, etc., to vote in the presidential primaries. Now we're expecting about 6,000 delegates at this very conference. The delegates themselves, you know, Jude, with these conferences, the arrival itself is a whole ball game altogether. So it's you see. So some of them are yet to arrive after they arrived last night. So we're expecting them later. But party officials are here setting up and getting ready for 10 a.m. When this is expected to begin. So all of these motions will be either affirmed or rejected by voice vote. So we're expecting some speeches from party executives, party leadership, and then they will put these votes, these motions to vote.
Charles, so we know that the party took a strong position against campaigning at the conference grounds. You know, they said that this wasn't an avenue or an opportunity for candidates seeking various positions within the party to campaign. Have you seen any of these candidates around, and have you seen their posters, you know, seemingly trying to cut some affection from the party base?
Well, I have not seen anything of the sort, but you know, a few kilometers away from here, you would find former Education Minister Dr. Yawase Aduchum. You'd find his banners on the way to the stadium around Tetekwasi. You'll find one there, welcoming delegates. You make of that what you will, but you can't see, there's nothing like T-shirts or banners. The banners here you have of party executives, past leaders of the party. So there's one here for Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia, a former president of the country, former leader of the NPP. You have Dombo himself, you have Dasim Kodia, there's Fremal Selpra, and then you have Chairman in team who we are told is currently unwell. All these banners executives of the party. And then there's one for the great JB Dankwa himself over there. I'll show you here the number of police officers being deployed over there. So you can see them getting some instructions from their leadership. And then there's also the party's internal security. Hello, Jude.
Have you cited the presence of the military there?
No. I mean, this is purely an operation being undertaken by the police service in conjunction with the party's internal security.
Can you describe
the internal security of the party?
Yes, I wanted to find out from you.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jude.
If you could go ahead to describe how these internal security from the party were looking like. Were they particularly identified by any uniform?
Well, yeah. I mean, so you can see here. So right in your shot, you see National Delegates Conference Security. These are the members of the party's internal security. Some of them are also stationed well within the stadium and its precincts. And then you also have the Ghana Police Service. So here you have a discussion between some of the persons coming in and the police trying to affirm their or reject their coming into the stadium. So they're checking their tags, and then they'll verify whether they are allowed into the stadium or not. If you don't have a tag, it is very difficult to get in. Even if you're a member of the media without a tag, you are not allowed into this place. Now, so you can hear the conversations between the police and Wilberforce, the guy coordinating for the media here, and trying to get some persons inside the stadium. Now, Jude, it's a bright day. It's a bright day. You know, the weather hasn't been too bright lately, so the NPP will be hoping that it is as bright as it has started. And then we're told that by 5 p.m., they're hoping that by 5 p.m. all of this will be over.
Do you get the sense that the leaders of the party, including the former president, just immediate outgone president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, would be attending this conference? I ask because in recent weeks we've seen him issue a statement concerning certain issues within the party, of course, which he refuted. But do you get the sense that himself and the likes of His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor would all be attending this particular conference?
Well, what we're hearing is that they're both out of the country. Former President John Agyekum Kufuor and former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo are both not available in the country. And so if they're going to address this conference, it would be by technology, by some virtual conference, and then they'll be able to address this conference. We were hoping that, you know, former President Akufo-Addo will be here, you know, because of all the things that have happened these past few weeks being attributed to him, and he coming out to refute those allegations and what kind of reception he would receive. You know, regardless of what the general populace think about Akufo-Addo, he is quite a popular person within the NPP. So it would have been nice to have him here. Former President Kufuor especially also, because of the recent video that popped out when flag bearer aspirant Brian Champong called on him, and then he talked about the fact that their party has neglected him somewhat. Would have been nice to have him here, but we're told that they are both not available. That could change though, because they could just fly in and come and address that, which would be very good for the NPP. It's an opportunity for the party to reconnect with their base and to sort of recapture its soul. The party is currently going through a lot of turmoil. There are conversations about a leadership vacuum within the NPP. The leadership of Parliament seems to be holding the fort, but of course, we all know that following that calamitous election defeat, the NPP has gone through a lot. Recently lost their member of Parliament for Akwatia, reducing their numbers in Parliament from 88 to 87, and then lost the Ablekuma North election, also a seat that they have held for God knows how long. So it is an opportunity for the NPP to come together as a family, not for election purposes, but as one big tradition, and to try and reconnect themselves and try and find a way forward as they try to recapture power in 2028. Former Health Minister, Dr. Okoboy, is the person in charge of health here. Doc, good morning, good to see you. I'm fine. This is ChannelOne TV. We're live on ChannelOne TV. I realized that you're sharing nose masks. You're in charge of health here, right?
Yeah. Yes. I'm chairing the Health and Safety Committee.
Okay. How's that going?
Oh, I think so far it's so good. We've not had any emergency. Just one guy who went to eat some funny thing yesterday, so he came with running. So we found some ORS for him. But otherwise, the place is calm. We are prepared. We have about 6 medical stations today. We have the 6 emergency teams, physicians, in 6 ambulances. We've also liaised with the University of Ghana Medical Center. If there's any emergency that we need to transfer the person, we are going to liaise with them. So I think largely it's fine. We are made sure that majority of the delegates will be in the open stadium.
Okay.
In an open environment, risk of transmission of viruses is very low. Okay. But those who stay in the VIP section, the media guys who will be in these enclosed spaces, they are the ones that we are trying to give masks. Because when you're in an enclosed space, your chance of picking a virus is high. So
this is in connection with recent concerns that there was COVID-19 outbreak here on campus.
Absolutely. And we're in the cold season. The reason why they call Qatar common cold is that during the cold season, you have a lot of viruses playing around. So if it's not even COVID, you can pick anything. So it's good to normally be masked if you are at a crowded, enclosed space. But if you are in the open stadium, your risk is low. Like here, our risk is low. If we were doing this in a room or at your place, it would be good that we are in the mask. We have enough masks for those who are interested. We also recommend that 2 things. Make sure you have eaten something, drink a lot of water. Most of the emergencies with people who have not eaten. When they come, all we give them is Coke, Lucozade, or ice cake. So just make sure you eat. If you also intentionally come, feign sickness, so you get our food, we'll give you medicine in addition. So I think so far it's a good one. Yes.
Thank you very much, Doc. Good to see you. So that was the former Health Minister, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who is in charge of health here at the University of Ghana Stadium, where the NPP is holding its National Delegates Conference. Dude, I'm gonna take you up there and show you the stadium itself and how they are setting up for today. For today. So you see there, this is the last security checkpoint before you get into where the media is stationed, where we have our stand. It's just 1 floor up, and then we'll show you an aerial view of how they have set up the stadium. So they will be seated, the delegates, everybody will be seated in the stands. There won't be anybody on the grass itself. It's just the podium for speeches and then a stand for cameras. So there you have it, the University of Ghana Stadium, ready for the new Patriotic Party's National Delegate Conference. So in your shot, you have the podium where speeches will be given. And then you have the media stand, and then all 6,000 delegates will be seated in the stands. And then you have the VIP section for the delegates, for the about 800 delegates, the dignitaries who will be expected to join for this conference. Jude.
Interesting. I wanted to also find out from you, when you were outside, we saw a couple of these banners, right? You mentioned that the likes of JB Dankwa were on it, the former president, Nanado. I also saw the former foreign affairs minister, now Secretary General at the Commonwealth, Shirley Ayoko Boche. Can you confirm that? And also former Minister of State, Elizabeth Ohene, just to satisfy my curiosity.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw that, because that banner is honoring leaders of this new patriotic party. Elizabeth Ohene and Shirley Ayoko Boche are undoubtedly one of two of the leaders of the new patriotic party. So if you did see them, I wouldn't be surprised. There are others on there, national executives, current national executives, and then, like I mentioned earlier, past leaders of the new patriotic party. Jude.
Interesting. So just to be clear, as things stand now, or per the information you have, the former president, that's His Excellency John Ajakum Kufuor, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo are out of the jurisdiction, and you are not clear whether they'll be attending this.
Absolutely. So we're not actually certain, but the information we have is that they're out, but we're not certain if they will be
able to attend.
Coming in. If they are addressing it, yes. If they are addressing it, it will be virtual. But like I said, anything could happen.
But are we able to tell? Are we able
probably
to
just surprise us?
Interesting. We'll be looking forward to that. Are we able to tell if the chairman, who hasn't been around for some time, will be attending this particular event just because of the scale of it and the importance of it for the party in, you know, building for the next phase? And I'm referring to Chairman Stephen Ntim.
Well, Jude, we know that he has been unwell for some time. I am currently unable to tell if he will be here today, but I mean, we've been told in the past that the severity of that illness meant that he couldn't perform his duties as chairman of the party. He asked to be excused from those duties. And so if he comes here today, it will be a huge surprise. And I'm sure that many of the party faithful will be glad to see him. If he shows up, it means that he is doing well and he's able to attend a meeting as huge as this. But I'm sure that if he could, he would definitely be here. But we're expecting former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, all the flag bearer aspirants. We're expecting them here, even though they have been sort of warned not to do any sort of campaigning here. Would gauge the mood as and when they enter. To see how the people cheer them on or receive them. All that is probably just part of the campaigning, but sadly though.
It will be interesting looking forward to that. But Charles, also, you've spoken a lot about the security arrangements and what it looks like on the ground. But just to be clear, the policemen on the grounds, with their boots on the grounds, have you come across any armed police officers at the conference grounds?
Not at all, not at all. I have not seen anybody wielding guns. The ones I have seen, they're just holding their batons and some other equipment. I've not seen guns. They may be wearing sidearms. I have not seen that yet. I've not seen anybody wielding AK-47s, you know, because this is just supposed to be like internal politics. But I'm sure that they may have a standby team for any eventualities. But the ones we've seen, we've not seen any.
Charles, prior to this conference also, we were hit with news about two individuals who had filed for an injunction to the conference in engaging some of the officials on the ground. You get the sense that that particular injunction, you know, has come to their notice, and has it even come up at all in the engagement with the officials today? The fact that they wanted this particular conference postponed.
Well, I mean, we know that even one of the individuals who is supposed to have been a party to this injunction, Shamsuddin, put out a statement saying that he was not even aware of this injunction. The party says it is not aware, it's not been served any injunction, and so preparations are currently ongoing for that. My colleague, Akwesi Animaje, is currently on the pitch. Jude, if you can see him, he's currently on the pitch. And so if you can pick him, he would show you exactly what is going on the field.
Yeah, we'll reach out to Akwesi Ejeni pretty shortly. But thank you so much for your time, Charles. I'll continue to observe as things unfold. We'll be glad to get back to you again for the latest updates at the ongoing NPP Delegates Conference. Or let me say, soon to start NPP Delegates Conference 2025. But guys, that was